So a few days ago, somebody asked me about our waste tank, and I thought it might be a good idea to give you a little bit of a tour about our waste tank and how it's put together. Just for a reference point, that's the rear wheel back there, and the battery box right next to the wheel. Then that box sort of creates a odd shape need for you to fill a space to maximize your use of space. So what I did was I built this sort of one-legged coffin looking thing, and this plywood box is actually my waste tank. So this is the drop for the toilet, and this is the drop for all the other sinks in the bus, the bathtub, the sinks, and the bathroom sink and the kitchen sink. You can see that we just use PVC. We make sure that everything slopes downhill for the most part, and usually you're fairly level. And the other important thing is that in the back, I'm not sure if you can see this, but in the back is a tube that goes up and out through the roof for a vent. So it does have to be ventilated. And we've never had an issue with odors. I never use chemicals, and I never do anything but put waste in it and dump it out. It's 100 gallons. It looks like a one-legged coffin. It's black and gray mixed, and everything comes out the bottom through the dump valve that's down there, and I'll show you how that works here in a minute. The green tank is a 50-gallon freshwater tank on this side, and then on the other side is another 50-gallon freshwater tank. So we have 100 gallons of fresh water and 100 gallons of wastewater, and it's all inside this tank right here. Another thing I did when I was building the bus was I plumbed each faucet and the toilet individually from this manifold right here, so that I could turn off anything that leaked individually, and I wouldn't have to shut the whole system down. And so the toilet is shut off there with this valve, and I can turn the rest of the system on, and it will work. Also, you'll see that I have it plumbed so that I can drain my tanks. I can add antifreeze through this port right here. Here's my pump that allows me to do that, and I can shut off my hot water heater. I can shut off the inlet to the hot water heater and the outlet to the hot water heater, and then bypass it there. And I can shut off, this valve here, if I open this valve, allows the water in the lines to drain out, so that when we winterize it, we can open these valves and close these valves and allow all the water to drain out. You can only have to use a marginal amount of antifreeze to winterize the system. It makes it a little easier. Each of the tanks has their own shut-off valve. You can see that over there at the bottom of the tank, and it makes it easier to solve problems when they happen. So this is my biggest design flaw in the bus, is there was a hole that was in the luggage bays, a hole that was cut out that had plates over it, and I took the plates off, and it originally was to drain an air tank that was located in the back of the rear luggage compartment. So I figured, well, that's convenient, I'll use that. That led me, though, to have to put the plumbing pipe underneath the bus. As you can see, I built a little protective shield for it because I knocked it off one day in Bakersfield, California, and 50 gallons of wastewater, black and gray, came spewing out on the highway. I thought for sure that, everybody's going to be upset, but nobody said a thing. And so I called my buddy who's a big Harley guy, and I said, hey, guess what happened? I said, I knocked my dump valve off and 50 gallons of wastewater came out. I said, guess what happened after that? And he says, what? And I said, 4 guys went by on Harleys picking toilet paper out of their beards. So if I had to do it over again, what I would do is I would relocate it to the side of the tank, keep it inside the luggage bay, open the door, dump it. I never keep my hose hooked up at campgrounds, dump it, close it off, and have it be all enclosed, so I don't have to worry about it freezing, because you can see that I have heat tape and stuff on there to keep it warm in the wintertime, because it will freeze. So I have the luxury, I have my dump valve, my dump tube here that goes right into my plumbing system in my house, and I just hang it up there on the hook when it's done, and all you do is open it up and go, and clean it out, and you're done. And having that at home is a terrific luxury. So that's how it works. Nothing to it. And for those of you that are going to ask the obvious question, where do you keep your dump hose, your wastewater hose for dumping the tank? This is the left front wheel, this is the left front storage compartment, and I keep a 20-foot hose in a 5-gallon bucket, and that is really a very easy way to go. So everything's nice and neat. You throw it in here. I have my propane tanks in here, and extra fluids, jack stands, emergency stuff, and as you can see, it is a perfect fit.